Thank you, MC. So, Mika, my question is, how do you think that we are going to change Africa if the African leaders themselves don't rule Africa, because Africa is being ruled by the Western representative to Africa? Because now we know every country in Africa has a representative, and the president should report to the representative of that certain country. How are we going to change Africa if we don't rule it ourselves? Asante sana.
Asante sana. That's a good question. I'll say this, that power is in the people. For a long time we believed that power is in the leadership, and that's why we believe in Africa, right? When you look at president or leaders in Africa, it's like God. That's how much we respect and honor them. And when they make mistakes, we're disappointed. We don't want to go back to the countries. We hate the country because we don't like the leader. But it's wrong. You can hate the leader but still love your country. Power is in the people. Yes, leaders maybe they're not doing what they're supposed to do. You know, that's fine. They're not going to be there for a long time. But we as people, what are we doing? Because there are people who are doing amazing work outside the street. There are people that have organizations. People that have schools. They build some schools. People that we're working with in Swahili Nation, One Africa, they have an amazing projects going on. There are one family, I'll be talking to them maybe next Monday. They're Ethiopians, but you know what they do? They came all the way here and saving, do something to change society. If it is food, if it is starting orphanage or schools to support kids, building some houses for those homeless people that we see around the street all the time. That's the change you're bringing. Because I'm telling you, the change is not just about the building, but it's about people. When people are happy, people are united, I'm telling you, it's even easier job for leaders to do. If people are coming together united, and bring the change that Africa needs, it's no longer belong to the leaders. You know, leaders, we send them there for them to work for us. But in Africa, when leaders do something good, we clap for them. Oh, you've done, well, thank you so much. No, they're supposed to thank us because people are the bosses. We're the one who choose them to be there. And it's the truth. But we're not ready to talk about that. When you become a leader, it's a responsibility to work for the people, not otherwise. And you have to be a servant leader. When you're a leader, it's not the time to wear a suit like the one I wear today. That's why I always wear a black t-shirt, guys. I have more than 15 different black t-shirts I always wear, and some people are criticizing me. Somebody commented yesterday, said, why you always wear gym clothes when you're in an event like this? You should wear official. So today I was like, okay, just for one day I'll wear a suit. But when you become a leader, in fact, those homeless you see on the street, that's how leaders are supposed to look like. Because they're not busy shopping for clothes. They're not busy sleeping, but leaders in Africa, they have belly, and they're like this. No, you're supposed to be thin because you don't sleep. You're taking care of 100 million people. How can you gain weight? And while people are dying. How can you get a time to go on a vacation to United States or Dubai and take a picture how can you have that time? No, stay in your country, work for your people. You'll lose sleep. That's why you see some leaders, when you go to the leadership, you have to come out worse than the time you went in. That's the truth. Leadership is not easy. But these days, in Africa, if you want to get rich, be a leader. What about people? So right now, the change, guys, I'm saying this. The blame game is done. Let's stop blaming our leaders. They're not doing their part. You know, God is going to judge them to make change. We have to make that change. We have to speak out. And if they lock us up, man, our message will speak for itself. So guys, you just watch me. If you don't see me again, my message today, right now it's live on Swahili Nation One Africa. People will share about it. And people will hashtag about it. I was still speaking even inside the grave. You cannot bury us. To finish up, Sankara said this. Whoever feeds you controls you. That's what Sankara said, and it's true. It's true. We have to feed ourselves. Even if you sleep without having dinner, it's okay. You're not going to die. For a man, you can spend 5 days without eating anything and you won't die. For ladies, 7 days. That means ladies, you're stronger than men. That's just the truth. That's why I need a lady in my life. Anyways, but what I'm trying to say is, you're not going to die, but as long as you provide for yourself. Africa, we have to provide for ourselves, and there's nobody knows Africa than people. Because leaders sometimes they just stay in the palace, in the White House, they don't even know the people. Sometimes, I'm not saying all of them, sometimes, but we know the people, we live with them, and we need to lift them up from the bottom up. And that's what we do in Swahili Nation One Africa. And the movement here, this is what you do, sir. Anyways, I'll stop there. Thank you.
Thank you.